Hey guys, what is up? Speed and Bananas here. So yesterday I made a video about some counters for Typhlosion. I only showed a couple. Today I'm going to show you a few more, and also I'm going to show you the one-hit KO strat. So let's check it out. So this last one I'm going to show you guys is actually Toxapex. Tox is great for this. I know you think, it might not be the best because Tox is part poison, it's weak to Earthquake. But, okay, Toxapex has this great move called Wide Guard. If you've never heard of it, it's basically Protect, but it protects the whole team. So Wide Guard is actually great for these raids. It does somewhat kind of mess up the Annihilate strat, since Annihilate, is focused. Annihilate gets hit and then Rage Fist does more damage. Wide Guard is kind of preventing that from happening. So I don't typically use the Wide Guard strats if I'm with Annihilate. I usually just go Umbreon. But if you're with some special attackers, people are using Hisuian Zoroark. I've seen Spirit Tomb, use Toxapex, also Goodra. I wouldn't really use Goodra if someone's loading in with Annihilate. It's not that helpful. I would, unless another Umbreon's loading in, maybe, sure, we have a great team, but typically I would go Annihilate and Umbreon, Goodra and Toxapex for the special attackers. Wide Guard is great for that. Basically, you're just gonna spam Wide Guard every single turn, because an AoE move is basically going to hit every turn. So if you use Wide Guard every turn, you're gonna block all those AoE moves. So that would be Earthquake and Eruption. It's just never gonna hit your teammates. If you have another good support on the team, you shouldn't need to worry about using Chilling Water, Acid Spray, or Rain Dance. They should be taking care of that. You don't have to use Tox as a Wide Guarder. You don't have to do this strat. You can also Chilling Water, Acid Spray, Rain Dance, have whatever as your fourth move. And just use it more as just, how we would use Goodra, right? Because Goodra doesn't have Wide Guard. So hitting some Acid Sprays, hitting with some Chilling Waters to lower attack, using Rain Dance when Sunny Day comes up. So same thing for Tox. None of our abilities are all too helpful. For EVs, we have max HP and max defense. Toxapex has an absolute insane amount of defense. Okay, 152 defense and 142 special defense. So it's pretty cracked. It does only have 50 HP. So somewhat balances that out a bit, but it's absolutely cracked on defenses. So I have had no issues with survivability. I am using a Figgy Berry, which again, that is the Fiwam Berry strat. If you don't know that, just use a citrus berry to keep it simple. You have to use the appropriate nature for that to work. So, but yeah, again, using a citrus berry or Figgy Berry, regardless, I've had no issues with survivability with this build, especially if you are wide guarding, or if you're not doing the wide guard strat, you're getting your Chilling Waters off. No issues. Put the extra EVs into special defense though, since we're also going to be getting hit by special at times. For nature, you can do bold, relaxed, impish, doesn't really matter. You just need that defense up. We're not really attacking. We're using Chilling Water. We're not doing damage, so this is fine. You want to make sure you have hyper trained or best IVs, of course. Here's the build if you want to take a screenshot of it. I know there's going to be a fun little outfit change partway through this video. Movie magic, let's call it. So just like Toxapex, Pelipper is another really fun support who also uses the same Wide Guard strat. I did notice with Pelipper that he was a bit squishier. It is nice that he has Drizzle as his ability, so I'll still show you guys this build, but I would recommend Toxapex over Pelipper if you want to go for the Wide Guard strat. But just like Tox, Pelipper has Chilling Water, he has Rain Dance. He doesn't have Acid Spray, so another reason that I think Toxapex is a stronger support for this scenario. For EVs, a max HP and defense, also up on defense on my nature. So you could mess around with this a bit, put some EVs in more into special. I think I was getting hit by a lot of shadow balls. So that was what was kind of messing me up. So that would, help this build a lot. But again, just not having Acid Spray, I really think Tox is a stronger support in this scenario, but you could use it. I have it holding a Citrus Berry. A Terra type doesn't really matter for this. Again, I would probably go special defense up instead of defense like I have it. And of course, hyper trained or best IVs. Here's the build if you want to take a screenshot of it. Okay, so next up, I'm going to show you guys the one-hit KO strat. So I already showed you one part of the strategy, that was Umbreon, in the first video. So if you want to see the full build, go to my last video and check that out. But I will go over really quick what Umbreon actually does here. Basically, you're going to Screech turn 1, and again, we have a zoom lens on, so it's going to be 100 accuracy Screech, okay? You're not going to be worried about missing. And then you're going to either Helping Hand or use an Attack Cheer. So in my example video that you're going to see in this we were using this method mostly for carries, so we actually only had three Pokemon doing this strat. So as Umbreon, I would Screech and then Helping Hand the Krookadile is how it would work, okay? Next part of the strat is Krook, of course. So this is actually the most important part of the strat is Krookadile here. He's going to be your attacker. What we're doing here is we Power Trip, okay? So if you don't know what Power Trip is, basically it's very similar to the stored power strat that a lot of you probably remember that Slowbro was using, or Vaporeon, you know, all the stored power users. So it's the same thing as stored power, except it's a dark move, okay? And it's physical. So same thing, you know, we need to get our stats to +6 to fully utilize Power Trip, right? And so the clever way we're gonna do this, okay, Krookadile has an ability called Anger Point, right? So if you don't know what it is, if he gets critted, okay, it maxes out his attack stat. So he gets that +6 just right away for Power Trip, right? Power Trip's maxed out when Anger Point is procced. So how we're gonna do that, okay, is we're going to use, what we were doing is using Honchkrow. You could utilize other Pokemon for this, but I'll show you what we were doing, which was Honchkrow, Night Slash Honchkrow with the ability Super Luck, okay, and a Scope Lens. So that will always 100% crit the Krookadile. So, okay, so just to dial it back, let me show you Krookadile's, what's going on with Krook here. So Krook has Choice Band, okay, so your moveset doesn't really matter too much, right? Like Choice Band, you're locked into one move, but it boosts your attack like a ton. So you need to be Choice Banded for this to one hit. We do have, you know, obviously the rest of the moveset, Earthquake, Crunch, Hone Claws. If you end up not one hitting, you have a sliver of health left, you can just Crunch, right? Choice Band, Crunch, and that should finish off that sliver of health if you guys mess up. But pretty much you are just going to wait until your supports are done doing their jobs, and then you Power Trip, and it's a one-hit KO. So for EVs, you're going to make sure that you have max attack. Okay, this is very, very important. If you don't have max attack EVs, you will not one-hit KO. So you're going to max out your special defense as well. This is very, very important, and then put the rest into HP. So you will survive Eruption, and be able to get your one-hit KO off. And then of course, make sure you have best or hyper trained stats. And for the nature, we want Adamant. Okay, Adamant is super, super important. Make sure you have the right nature, or again, this will not one-hit KO. Here's the build if you want to take a screenshot of it. So that's about half the strat. So last player in this is Honchkrow. So we were using Honchkrow. You know, I've heard of people using Meowscarada, Frostlass. You can do that. I'll show you Honchkrow. This is what we were doing. So again, remember we have the Scope Lens. This is going to boost our crit hit ratio. And then we have Super Luck as our ability. So Night Slash is always going to crit the Krookadile. It's not a chance. It will always crit with Super Luck and Scope Lens. So be sure you have that right ability and item. Make sure you have Night Slash. And then for the rest of the moveset, again, it's just kind of like Krook. It doesn't really matter. You're going to Night Slash turn 1 and then do nothing else with your Honchkrow, because otherwise the boss will get aggro on you and will probably kill you. And then the one-hit KO shot won't work. So you literally Night Slash turn 1 the Krookadile, and that's it. You've done your job. Pretty simple. We do have Quash, Helping Hand, Snarl as the other extra moves, but again, like if you guys don't one-hit KO and there's a sliver of health left, you can go for Night Slash again on Krook and, you know, go for the shot again. But I've noticed it's just easier to just crunch away with Krook. Like there's only a sliver of health left. Crunch is gonna hit hard enough to finish him off. So for EVs, you want to max out HP. We have 136 points into defense and 120 into special defense. So I do think you could possibly just max out special defense on this as well. Play around with it though. This worked for me. I never had any issues with it. I did notice though that like Honchkrow was very close to dying many times. It never actually happened. Same thing with Krookadile. Eruption never actually killed us, but it was definitely we were calling it a clincher every time that they were hit, but it never did happen. We always got the one-hit KO off and they'd survive. So this EV split seemed to work. And of course you want to have best or hyper trained IVs. And for nature, we have calm. So special defense up, attack down. This is very important. We need that special defense boost. Here's the build if you want to take a screenshot of it. All right, and that's all I wanted to show you guys today. So I hope that helps you. I really hope some of you guys can try that one-hit KO strat. It's a bit hard to get the hang of. Pretty much everyone kind of failed it their first try on stream. So don't feel bad if you don't get it the first time with your group. You know, try it again. Just make sure you guys get stuff off really quick and you will one-hit KO. Okay, it's pretty fun. It's pretty gratifying. So remember, guys, that the raids do come back this Thursday. Okay, it ends today at around 5 p.m. PST. No more raids until Thursday. So it comes back this Thursday. It's going to be there the whole weekend. So you're going to have a chance to try out these strats. I will not be streaming it tonight, but we will run some raids, of course, next weekend. So come through, come hang out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it really helped you. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel so much. Or if you just want to support your girl, that'd be awesome too. If you have any other counters that I didn't talk about, you know, put them in the comments. I'd love to maybe put out another video like this next week since this is coming back. So let me know. I'm always down for new ideas, guys. Thank you so much though for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.